man. I always wanted that cowboy.
Me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday, July 18th, 2015. We are 24 hours away from WWE's Battleground in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm your host, Flyin Ryan, alongside my tag team partner, Mike the Hammer. What's up, Mike?
In the words of the great Gordon Soley, welcome to Suplex City.
Welcome to the Wrestlinks Review. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our Divas expert on the show tonight, Little Dynamite.
What's up?
What's up, buddy? Welcome back. What do you say, Mike?
We should call him Little Diva Dynamite.
All right, we're back in action with a brand new episode. We're going to quickly recap the Money in the Bank and see who got it right and who got it wrong.
Let me just preface this by saying neither of us did very well. we had a bad round of picks.
Let's start with the Divas.
Do you really want to? I don't know. Oh, no, we did pick it. You picked Nikki, I picked Paige. You have any idea who won? Because this will actually end up being the tiebreaker.
And Nikki Bella
Nikki won.
was victorious.
All right, fine. You won 3-2 then. But do you want to go through the matches?
And I believe they did the old switcheroo as I predicted.
Yes, they did.
Twin Magic, I think they call that, right?
Twin Magic, that's correct.
I like it better when the prime time or the New Day does it. I don't know what that's called. I just call it the Killer Bees.
All right, so the kickoff match.
Truth,
our
boy,
versus King Barrett.
That was we both picked Barrett and we both picked incorrectly.
Yeah, we picked wrong. Our boy won.
He
It
won.
looks like we got an extra long feud here between these two.
Yeah, it keeps dragging out. I do love our Truth with the plunger scepter and the bed sheet cape.
Yeah, remember, if you recall, I made comments about how silly the King of the Ring outfit was with the scepter and the crown.
Yeah.
And therefore I appreciate this gimmick with our boy.
I do too. It's he's got the Burger King crown that looks like he put a little tinfoil on it.
Yeah.
It's entertaining and it's still going on.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So we had that. Then they rolled into the Dusty tribute that we talked about last time. And the big thing I noted with that was Renee Young was she was speechless because she was in tears. She was crying so hard she could barely talk to get the show going.
Definitely a tearjerker. A lot of those folks are connected to Dusty Rhodes.
And then they started the show off with the 10 bells, and everybody was out there, and that was pretty moving. You could tell a lot of people are having a hard time getting through that.
Good stuff.
So what do you think? Why did they go with the Money in the Bank match to start the night? Shouldn't that have been the main event?
You would think. I don't know. Perhaps the caliber of the players involved.
It should have been the semi.
No, at least the semi-main event. Yeah. The thing that I jotted down was I assumed that they were going with that at the beginning of the night because we were going to see a same night cash in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't, but
I think I picked Ziggler. Is that right?
let me look back. Yeah, you picked Ziggler. I picked Roman Reigns, and we were both wrong. Although I'd like to think I was closest.
We're way
You were
off base.
closest.
The Celtic Warrior with the spiky head known as Sheamus.
Did you hear the crowd boo when he was alone in the ring and they realized he was going to win?
Yeah, that was very surprising.
I didn't think it was gonna
No.
happen, but how about? Are you happy with the new Ziggler look? He's got the poison patch
Yeah,
on his
he's
jean jacket.
rock and roll Ziggler. I like it.
Yeah. So I took a few notes. I love Roman Reigns powerbombing Kofi onto the ladder,
That was sick.
and then powerbombing Neville onto Kofi. Neville, I think, had the highlights of the match: jumping on the ropes, jumping on Orton. Orton RKO's Neville off the ladder.
Yeah.
Neville of the Squire.
Ziggler puts a sleeper on Sheamus on the top of the ladder, and then hits the zigzag off the top. Neville, I don't remember, was the red arrow off the ladder onto Sheamus? I think it might have been. Ziggler got gashed open yet again by Neville. He got his head slammed on the top of the
That's
ladder.
right, yeah.
It's because he was doing those headbutts.
He's got to lay off those headbutts. Reigns had a great moment flying over the top rope. The appearance of the New Day to try and save their boy Kofi.
Yeah, that was good. I predicted that as well, didn't I?
Yeah, that was good. And then what do you think Bray showing up to stop Roman?
Yeah, that was my favorite part, was the surprise entrance from Bray Wyatt. Definitely added something special to that match.
But what did he have to do with it? Roman Reigns.
Well, that was the way of pulling him out of the victorious spot, the winning spot.
I think what they're doing is that Bray is standing in for the audience when he says anybody but you to Roman Reigns, because that's kind of what the audience was saying earlier in the year.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, so none of us got that right. What match do you have next?
Intercontinental Championship match between Big Show and Ryback.
Now, there were some great signs during this match. There was a lady with a sign that says, "You can eat me, Ryback." Then there was the "Feed me schmores" sign. And somebody next to that had the "Makes me snore" sign.
That's hilarious.
Makes me snore.
Yeah. A couple other notes I had. JBL had a great Heenan-like comment. He mentioned that the Big Show was born over a 3-day period.
Is that true?
If JBL said it, it must be. So, and in that match, the IC match, we both picked Ryback, and we both picked correctly.
Yes.
But Ryback, actually, Big Show won. We got that wrong. Ryback retained,
What?
but it was a DQ because remember, the Miz interfered.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
So
Big Show got the victory.
yeah, we actually got it wrong.
That
So
sucks.
We had picked Ryback.
we both picked Ryback to win. And now, as we're going to get to at some point, Ryback is out.
Yeah, Ryback's out. Injury, infection.
IC title's cursed, don't you think?
Is the Intercontinental title cursed?
Daniel Bryan
Daniel Bryan.
out indefinitely.
Out.
Ryback, mysterious staph infection.
Oh, my God.
It's bad news. Didn't Ziggler have some problems when he had the belt too?
It's
Or
a whodunit.
Barrett. Didn't Barrett have the title the last 2 times he had it? He got his title reigns ended
Yeah.
by injury.
You're exactly right. The curse of the IC championship.
It's the WWE's version of the Madden cover curse.
The Madden cover.
Yeah. Do you think? Yeah.
What is it exactly is that for those that are listening?
For the Madden cover curse?
Yeah.
Whoever gets put on the cover of the John Madden football game every year usually ends up having either a bad season or some sort of injury that causes them to miss large portions of the season.
And they were on the cover of the game.
Yeah, so I think that's what we're up against right here. Is if you get the IC title, you're going to get hurt.
So don't go for it.
So maybe they should give it to the show.
Another big match, the WWE Tag Team Championship match.
Now, on that one, we were both wrong. We both picked the New Day to win.
Yeah, we've got new champs.
Yeah.
Prime time players. As I said, I did predict these guys would become champions, and we are approaching SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I think they got it a little bit too early. New Day was just starting to get some good heat,
Yep.
and
Yes,
they were good with the belts, with the Freebird rules. And I don't understand what they did there, but
If Kofi got the Money in the Bank, what do they do? Switch it?
No, he would have just had it. They would have had the titles, and then they would have had the chance at the
That's
heavyweight
right,
too.
yep.
That would have been great. I don't know. New Day started off really well. They cut the ring in half. Lots of tags. They dominated Darren Young. He couldn't get a tag for anything. But then, of course, as usual in the primetime player matches, Titus gets in and just destroys. He throws people around like nobody I've seen.
Is that what he does?
Yeah, I think that's it.
More like a walrus.
He has some kind of bark.
It's like a gator, I think, because he's a Florida gator.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, new champs
New
there.
champs.
I mean, they've got some good tag team moves, kind of like some of that old school stuff where they, like Titus picks Darren Young up and slams him down on somebody. I don't know. They seem to have a very limited bag outside of Darren.
Outside of their dance moves.
The dance moves are good.
Oro.
I like them. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm enjoying the primetime players, but I would have liked to have seen the New Day keep
Yeah,
the titles.
they definitely need some more build up.
So even though we both like the primetime players, we both picked the New Day. So we got that one wrong.
Interesting.
How many are we gonna get wrong?
Most of them.
We've also had another match there with John Cena versus the Garbage Man, Kevin Owens.
This might have been the match of the night. There was some good stuff. A lot of false finishes. There were several different "This is awesome" chants. There were a few things. I know, like Cena at one point was arguing a 3 count. That was kind of heelish. I like Cena countered the one pop-up power bomb. He got a tornado DDT on Owens, and Owens kicked out. A lot of those false finishes. Owens is surprisingly agile. He can go up to the top rope. I think he jumps off the second turnbuckle up to the top rope and then moonsaults.
What?
Yeah, it was impressive in the corner. And like usual, Cena wins, and then they do the handshake, and Kevin Owens attacks him at the end. He left the ring with both belts, but dropped the U.S. title halfway back up the ring.
Nice. I like that kind of stuff.
We both picked.
Let me guess.
No, I picked
Cena?
Owens. Cena won. I picked Owens, and you picked a draw. So we both got that one wrong too.
Interesting.
But we're gonna get to see it again tomorrow. So
Hey, what do you know?
yeah. What else do we have left?
World Heavyweight Title ladder match.
Ladder match. I started a count right at the beginning because I wanted to see how many times Ambrose did that stupid slingshot between the ropes.
Yeah.
Can you guess how many times he did it in that match?
4 times.
You're close. He did it 3. He was a little. He didn't use it as much as he normally does.
Yeah,
So.
he uses it too much.
There are times where it does not. I mean, he can barely do it, but he still makes it look like he's
Yeah.
getting some power off of it. One thing I don't know. This isn't a very good wrestling note, but I noticed that Rollins chews gum during all of his matches.
He does.
He's chewing gum the whole time.
Seriously?
Yeah, definitely. He's got chewing it. You can see when he's doing promos, he gets out there and he's chewing gum.
Yeah. You see him when he's talking, chewing gum.
Yeah, he did through the match too. I liked Rollins really worked that leg. He used the chair. He did some ladder shots to it. And then you had the point in the match where Ambrose couldn't climb the ladder because of his leg. So that was a good story, I think. Both guys come down with the title. They fall down.
And
They
Ambrose,
bounce.
let's go.
Ambrose, let's go. Rollins has it off the bounce, and he got Rollins winning.
Nice.
We both picked that one correctly. So that's
Now let's have some music from our boy.
which boy? Seth Rollins.
No.
Oh, we'll come back to that. Don't worry, Little Dynamite.
So that was our Money in the Bank review.
And this month we've got yet another book review from Mike the Hammer.
That's true.
Who is it this time?
This time I read The Greatest Manager of All Time's book, Bobby the Brain, Wrestling's Bad Boy Tells All, written by Bobby Heenan with Steve Anderson, and the foreword by Hulk Hogan.
The Weasel.
Great book.
Heenan family.
Short. I think I read it in like a day because it's very brief, but some of the highlights. Hogan wrote the foreword, and I liked the thing I didn't really know about Bobby is that he was a wrestler. And he started out wrestling, and Hogan claims that he could have been a top wrestler, but he chose to make everyone else look good and become a manager. The thing that Hogan called out about Heenan in the foreword is he said that Bobby worked as hard as he and Andre did at WrestleMania 3 to make that match go well, because Andre was apparently having some back problems, couldn't really wrestle, so Heenan had to take some bumps, had to get involved, and had to really get the crowd riled up.
Nice.
One of my favorite quotes here, I think we may have used it on the podcast before, but Bobby Heenan liked to say, "A friend in need is a pest." I think he'd sprinkle that into broadcasts occasionally.
With Gorilla.
He was born in Chicago. Dad left home before he was 1, so he was raised by his mother and his grandmother. So he never really had a father figure until he got into the wrestling business. He got held back twice in 8th grade for poor attendance.
And then quit it.
Yeah, he quit, never finished, never went back to school. So
Never finished the 8th grade.
No, never did. His first match when he was a wrestler was against a DJ in Indianapolis, so a disc jockey from the local radio station. Bobby wore a mask and called himself the Avenger.
Sweet.
Then he managed a band of his friends and a musical band. So that was his first managing job. His first wrestling managing job, he managed the Assassins. And in the first interview they were doing a TV spot, and the one assassin didn't show up, so they took a mannequin and put the mask on the mannequin. So it was Bobby, one of the assassins, and a mannequin dressed like an assassin doing the interview. His first match as a manager, a woman put a cigar out on his neck as he was leaving the ring, and he got paid $5 for the night. So I don't know if that was worth it. He had no wrestling training. He never went to a wrestling school. He was just a natural at taking bumps. After the Assassins broke up, he managed a tag team called the Devil's Duo, and one of the members was Angelo Poffo, who is better known as the father of Leapin' Lanny Poffo, of course.
That's right.
And Macho Man Randy Savage.
The Macho Man.
Bobby once wrestled a bear. He wrestled a bear named Teddy, and he had a tag team partner in the match, Baron von Raschke. So they went out there and they wrestled the bear.
What was his name? Teddy Bear?
Yeah, Teddy Bear, exactly. And let's see. Oh, this was a good. He told a story about this guy, Killer Carl Cox, and what he did is he took a Hershey bar and he put it down the back of his trunks. And
Gross.
Then he did the atomic drop, put the hand down his trunks, and they came back all brown. So he smells his hand, and the crowd just starts screaming and going nuts. And then he licks his fingers clean because he knows it's chocolate.
That's not PG.
This I don't know. This was probably back in the '60s or something. When he went to the WWF, he was going to manage Jesse the Body, but that was right when Ventura had his circulation blood clot problems. So instead, he got Big John Studd, and that's how he got in. His first ever appearance in the WWF, the Met Center here in Bloomington, Minnesota.
Nice.
Heenan got Hogan into AWA. This is one thing I always remember Jesse Ventura calling Gorilla Monsoon Gino, and in the book they talk about it, and Gorilla's real name is Gino Morella, so that's why he was calling him Gino. He talks about in his first match, is this his first match? Joey Morella was the referee, and that was Gorilla Monsoon's son. He gets into the WCW stuff a little bit, and he says it was the worst 6 years of his life. He says it was a horribly unprofessional organization. And, I was thinking about that. I've never heard anyone say anything good about the WCW. Have you?
No.
That's true. They do kind of rip it, but at the same time, they all lost their jobs. So
That's true.
what are you going to say about it?
Just like I think one of the other book reviews, we had somebody get buried. Here, there's one person that Bobby Heenan buries, Tony Schiavone. Well, actually two, Tony Schiavone, and he says Haystacks Calhoun was a total jerk.
He doesn't like Schiavone, huh?
Does not like Schiavone. I think Schiavone was kind of in a position of power in WCW, and I think he felt slighted by him. He told a great story in the book about when Jerry Lawler came to the WWF. The Undertaker apparently took his crown one time when he wasn't around, and he pooped in the crown.
The Undertaker pooped in the king's crown.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
And apparently it was like a receipt for a long time ago when the Taker was in Lawler's territory, and he felt like he was treated poorly, so it was payback for that.
He's like, I'll just take a giant necrophilic dump.
Exactly.
From the dead.
One other note, Heenan tells a story in the book about the time he got shot by a pellet gun in Winnipeg while he was in a wrestling arena. So, the other thing, I mean, it was a good book. If you like Bobby Heenan, you would definitely like this book, and I recommend checking it out.
Huge fan, yeah.
It's good stuff. Quick read. A lot of good quick stories. The big takeaway, and I think this could have a good discussion here. Heenan points out that it's really important to have managers, because if you have a manager, it just gives you more possible finishes.
Yes, it does.
You can have somebody interfere. Yeah. You can have somebody distract somebody, that sort of thing. They can throw a foreign object in. So he talks obviously a lot about managers and how important they are for the business. And I think that's something that we're really lacking today. Who do we have? We've got Heyman as the advocate. That's about it.
Yeah.
Is Coulter?
Not as many managers as there were.
Yeah, no, and I don't think Zeb Coulter's been around for a long time. So
He was in the match that Jack Swagger just recently had.
Oh, was he out there? I didn't see him.
He was out there.
Okay, so maybe we've got Zeb Coulter a little bit now, and then Heyman. But I think we need more. You get a guy like Cesaro, and I think they tried to pair him up with Heyman for a little while and backed off on it at some point. But if he's not great on the mic, give him a guy like that. But I don't know if they have guys like that anymore either.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough job.
They need more managers.
Well, great review. Thanks, Mike. A little bit now into the Minnesota wrestling calendar.
Ooh.
July 24th, Born Champions Wrestling at the Friendly Buffalo in Big Lake.
Yeah.
July 25th, Minnesota Extreme Wrestling at the Starlight Drive-In in Litchfield, Minnesota, featuring Smash of Demolition.
I'd like to point out that Smash looks down on us in the podcast studio every time we record from the high shelf.
There
up
he
there.
is. There he
Yes,
is,
he
looking
does.
down.
Yes,
We've
he
got
does.
July 25th again, Minnesota Independent Wrestling, free event in South Haven, Minnesota. We've got 7 Star Wrestling in Ramsey, Minnesota. July 31st, the Jeremy Tanberg Memorial Show in Cottage Grove, Minnesota. And August 1st, Minnesota Independent Wrestling in Chanhassen.
We got to get our schedules synced up so we know which ones we're going to.
Yeah, and Minnesota Extreme Wrestling again at the VFW in Coon Rapids.
You can't beat a local show at a VFW.
Those are the ones we want to see, folks. We want to see you get down and dirty at the VFW. What do you think, Little Dynamite? Should we get into Battleground?
Yes.
The opening show.
Y'all know what time it is. Let's crank it up. Let's crank it up. Here we go. People over there, what's up? You feel me? Stand up and say what's up. What's up?
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 You can
Get with this. Or you can get with this.
You better get with this, cause this is where it's at. What's up?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
That's right, our boy is back again. R-Truth in the opener with King Barrett.
I like to call him R Triz.
This has got to be the end of the feud. I'm going to go with Barrett with the bullhammer.
Barrett versus Truth to lead it off, huh?
He's beat him like 4 times in a row.
I think I'm going to go with the People's King, R Truth.
Uh-oh, the People's King.
What do you think, Dynamite?
Who you got?
R. Trizzle.
R-Trizzle.
All right.
That's my man.
It's the Triz.
I've got to go with Barrett simply because he's been on a losing streak. I don't think he's going to lose again.
Has he won since he's become the king?
Ah, that's a good question.
That's been tough. I think he may have beat Neville once.
Neville of the Shire.
Neville's a high-flying jobber right now.
Well, it's a good kickoff. You always like to sing and dance along with R-Truth.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a
should be
good,
entertaining.
positive way to get it going, I suppose.
Now, have you watched Swerved yet? Because R-Truth was in one of the last episodes of Swerved we
Oh,
watched.
that was good.
That's right. Yes, I did get to watch episodes 1 and 2.
You saw him.
Yes.
You
yes.
saw, so you saw
Like,
Truth get swerved in the gym.
That's
Yeah.
right. I'll be honest. When you were first telling me about the program, it sounded funnier
Then it
you
is.
telling it than me watching it.
Yeah. There are. Yeah. I can
It
agree
was-
with that.
It was a little disappointing after hearing the funny bits as a spoken word story.
Yeah.
Then watching it, it's a little bit different. But yeah, still some funny things.
What was your favorite of the pranks?
It would have to be. It would have to be those guys getting locked out.
That was
the
good.
champ Seth Rollins
I'm
getting
on the main
locked out.
event. I'm the world champion.
Yeah. He was hot. He was definitely upset. Who are you? I'm new here. Oh, I've been here for 5 years. I love the Barrett stuff too. He's like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from England." He's like, "Are you big there?" I'm big everywhere.
Yeah, the cooking bit
With Hornswoggle?
Not so funny.
You didn't like Hornswoggle covered in
No.
nacho cheese?
I don't like anything with Hornswoggle.
Oh boy, I'm a big Hornswoggle guy. There, what were the other? I like the fart machine under the chair,
Yeah.
where Ted DiBiase's friend is like giving him the look. How about how stupid is Zack Ryder getting shocked 3 times?
Yeah, that was another silly one.
I think the
Is it the cord?
yeah, is it the cord? The problem with the show is I think that they're trying to hit that PG market, And if they could do it like Jackass, it would be a lot funnier.
Yeah, Jackass was definitely not PG.
No.
No.
But still, I recommend checking it out. They're quick little 20-minute episodes, so it's worth it.
Yep.
I could do without the little cut-ins of the crowd at the events where they ask them stupid questions.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's kind of cheesy.
you got to fill time. How about the guy breaking the trophy?
That was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to see Santino at least.
All right, back into Battleground. What about Sheamus, the Money in the Bank winner?
Do we have to call him Mr. Money in the Bank?
No.
He doesn't, Mr. Celtic in the Bank. I don't know. He'll be facing Randy Orton, the Viper. I'm going to say draw. I'm going to say some type of draw or interference. I don't know what's going to happen here.
I'm gonna go with Orton.
Yeah, I got to go Orton too. I think he's going to RKO from out of nowhere to win.
Out of nowhere.
Although, yeah, I don't know.
see this feud continuing for another month.
Really? You really want to see that at
Yeah.
SummerSlam?
No, I don't. But
There may
I
not be.
don't want to see it at Battleground.
There may not be room on the card by the time we get to SummerSlam.
That's what I'm saying.
What about, speaking of out of nowhere, Randy Orton came out of nowhere just to make this feud like a week ago, right?
Yeah.
It seems like it.
I don't know.
I don't want to see. Yeah, I don't want to see Orton Sheamus.
You
Not
know,
interested.
I think, oh boy, I'm going to stay with Randy Orton, but I do think that Orton's maybe at that stage where they're just going to use him to build people up, and
That could be.
You know, I think they got to try to build Sheamus up, or that Money in the Bank, nobody's going to care
Yeah.
about it.
I'm gonna stick with the DQ.
Okay. What's next?
Let's go with the WWE Tag Team Champions Primetime Players versus the New Day. This is a chance for the New Day to get their rematch.
I don't think they're getting it yet. I'm going with PTP.
You're going PTP? Don't we have a song for this?
The Primetime Players?
Yeah.
We
Yes,
just played
we
it
do.
earlier.
Can we get it
Where were
again?
you?
All right, so you're going retain. What do you think, Ryan?
I'm going to go with New Day. I want those guys to have the belts back.
Do you think they're going to win the title?
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to go too, because I would like.
It'll
to see
be
them
better
go.
for SummerSlam.
How about for a bonus tiebreaker half point? Which two members of the New Day are going to be in the match?
I am gonna go with
I'm going to say Kofi and Big E.
Kofi and Big E.
Yeah.
Really? You're,
Yes.
you're both going Kofi Big E?
Yep.
Just to change it up a little bit, then I will go. Boy, it's not gonna be Kofi and Xavier. You got to have Big E in there, right? Or else you don't have any kind of
Yeah.
counter for.
Big E's in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kofi and Big E too, because you got Xavier Woods is kind of in that middle, and he's great on the outside running his mouth. Neither of the other two can do that
No.
as well. So, all right, I guess there's no tiebreaker point. Cool.
Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. Will a Superman punch await the new face of fear when these two face off in St. Louis?
This is the Who Cares match.
I really want to see Bray Wyatt win here. I'm picking Bray Wyatt.
I like both of these guys, but I don't necessarily like them wrestling each other, I guess, for some reason.
It's not a good fit.
The feud was better when it was Shield and the Wyatt family.
Agreed.
Good point. Boy, Wyatt needs a win. I don't think he's done much lately, right?
No. He had that big interference at Money in the Bank, which led to this matchup. He's due for a win. I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt to win.
I'm going to go the other direction. I think Roman Reigns is going to get a push here.
You're always behind
Ro-
Roman Reigns for some reason.
I know.
Roman, I'm going Roman.
I was wrong. I thought he'd have the title by WrestleMania, and he didn't. But I don't know. Do you think he climbs back into the title picture? He had a great match at WrestleMania, right, for the title, and now nothing.
Yeah, that's where he belongs.
Okay.
All right, here we go. My favorite, the Garbage Man, Kevin Owens, versus the United States Champion, John Cena. Who you got?
Cena's gonna win this one.
You going Cena?
Is this the third match, correct?
Yeah, I think it's 1-1.
This is it.
So this is the rubber match, the tiebreaker. Boy, you know what? I think what's happened is they've positioned Owens to fight with. I missed the last Raw, so I guess I don't know what happened there. But I think Owens is set for Cesaro or Rusev or whoever it happens to be. So I think they set that up so that he can get out of this picture and go off and do that. And I think they're going to leave the belt on Cena because, they don't have an IC champion because Ryback's out. So
they need a fighting.
They need one fighting champion. So I think Cena's got to keep the belt.
Huh. I'll go with the Garbage Man.
To win the title?
And only I call him that on this show, just to clear it up. I like the name of the Garbage Man.
Have you seen my Garbage Man shirt?
No. You have one?
It's a little guy with glasses.
Yeah, it's from
garbage.
It's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
They had that wrestling episode. Have you seen that episode?
No.
Roddy Piper's in it.
Okay.
You should check it out. It's pretty good. He's like the Mangler or something.
I never watched the show, so.
Yeah, it's a great show. But I think he's the Mangler, and he lives out of his car, and they hire him. They're going to do this Salute to the Troops wrestling event.
Interesting.
You can check it out.
So you guys got Cena to win. I got Owens.
Yep.
It's gonna be a good fight. We'll see.
I think that's got the match of the night written all over. Well, yeah. Maybe it's potential in the match.
Yeah.
Of the night.
Well, on the card so far, we've only got one left.
That's the one.
Dun, 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 dun.
Brock Lesnar.
Who we're gonna get to see, I might add.
After successfully defending his championship against Dean Ambrose at Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins confidently proclaimed himself the greatest WWE champion of all time.
No.
However, at WWE Battleground, the best will finally have to go head-to-head with the Beast. Who you got?
Brock Lesnar.
Who you got, Mike?
I am torn here. I want to see Brock with the title. I'd like to have him have a run like he did last year. But I think as the champion, you always have the advantage. You don't have to win. You can get DQ'd. You can get countered out. All those different things to retain the title.
That's correct.
I think there are a lot of different ways that this one could come out. I think Seth Rollins has the advantage going in, but I think Brock is a beast. And what I sort of think is going to happen, I think they want to clear the belt out from Rollins so that he can set up for Triple H at SummerSlam. So I think they're going to put the belt back on Brock. So I'm going to take Brock.
So a little predictive programming from Mike the Hammer.
Yeah, I think it's going to... I've heard the rumors that it's going to be Rollins and Triple H at SummerSlam, and I don't think that's going to be for the belt. The rumors have come out this week that Taker is going to be back for SummerSlam.
Dead man.
So I'm going to call this.
Walking.
We're going to see Brock versus Taker at SummerSlam. He's going to try to get revenge for the streak.
You heard it here first.
Who you
on the Wrestlinks review.
Skipping the Divas.
Who you going with? Is there? I don't know if there is a Divas match.
I'll tell you what. I'm not a fan of the babyface Brock. I'm going to go with the future. Seth Rollins.
Boy.
I don't think it's time to pull the belt from him yet.
He is a pretty good champion.
Not at Battleground.
But, okay, so then who do you think he's against at SummerSlam?
If he loses the belt, he's going to be against Triple H.
Well, do you think he goes against Triple H with the belt?
Could be.
Do you think Triple H might hold the title and do a Brock-style run like last year?
It's hard to say. I just don't see the belt changing hands at Battleground. Maybe at SummerSlam
That's a good point.
or a bigger event, which is only WrestleMania.
Yeah, but that's the only thing bigger than SummerSlam. Speaking about big events, what do you think about these little between pay-per-view events? We had King of the Ring, Elimination Chamber.
Beast in the East.
Yeah,
Beast
we
in the
went in
East.
depth last time on the King of the Ring, but Beast in the East. You said that was a good show, right?
I liked it. Yeah, it was
good.
It was very house showy, where you'd see people that didn't have long-running feuds going against each other, which was really nice. The first match, Y2J versus Neville, was a great match. I think especially Jericho was huge in Japan, so the crowd was really behind him. Brock came out and crushed Kofi, which was fun to watch.
He just destroyed Kofi.
We had
the rest of the New Day came out.
Yeah, it was a fun match. Quick 5-minute match, that sort of thing. The next title changed hands. Finn Balor beats Kevin Owens, and they had a really good match. Then the main event was a very house show main event. Barrett and Kane versus Dolph and Cena.
Weird.
Yeah. So it was entertaining. I liked it. I thought it was a good show. It's something I'd watch again. You know, that sort of thing.
Interesting. Big news here at the Wrestlinks Review. We will be attending Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam.
We're going to see.
We will be discussing it on this program, and we'll give you all the details.
Have you looked at the list of people that are scheduled to attend our event?
I've not.
I'm going to pull it up right now. I looked at it yesterday, and it's pretty impressive.
Yes.
I do like to be surprised. So if there's any huge ones, I don't really want to know.
Well,
if Hulkster's going to be there, I don't want to know.
The Hulkster was not on there when I checked yesterday.
Oh, damn it.
What do you? The WWE Network just hit me with a advertisement for Dating Naked playing for keeps, and I can't skip it.
Maybe you're the target market.
What if I wanted to go on here and buy some T-shirts, and now I get disappointed and I don't do that? All right, so here's events. Monday Night Raw. Our show is booked to include Ziggler, Bray Wyatt, Big Show, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, John Cena, Kane, the Garbage Man Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar, the rest of the Shield, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and Mr. Money in the Bank, Sheamus. No mention of Sting or The Undertaker.
Yes, Sting and The Undertaker deep in the dirt sheets this week with rumors of appearing on Raw, possibly appearing at Battleground, but definitely appearing at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And folks, we'll be back next month to cover that all the way through. You heard it here on the Wrestlinks Review. Wrestlinks.com. We'll see you next time.
I'm a giant.